it's more comfortable for the knee. So if you ride the horse in a Western style, or you ride your horse for 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, whatever, you need a long leg. So the stirrups must be long. If you are a jockey or a cross-country rider or a show jumper, you need the short stirrups because you stand up with the horse. So the stirrups should be or have to be short, not very short, but just short. Of course, as a jockey, it's very short. So it depends on your style, on your method. Some people measure the length of the stirrup with the hand. You hold the stirrup, the metal piece, with your hand, left hand, and put it over here under your armpit, and hold the saddle with your fists. If the girth of the stirrup, the belt of the stirrup, is as long as your hand, your whole hand or your whole arm, it's a good, let's say, measure for your leg. Some other people measure it by standing on the stirrups and put 4 fingers between you and the saddle. If 4 fingers fit between the saddle and your ass, it's a good length for your leg. To me, I'm against let's say measuring the belt or the girth of the stirrup in these ways. In my opinion, measure it for yourself. If it's not comfortable, make it longer. If it's comfortable, leave it like it is. If it's not, make it shorter until you know which length is good for you, which length is what you want, and keep it in that length until you change it with other horses, or if you change your way of riding. So keep measuring until you get the right length without choosing a way to, let's say, measure the length or measure how good or bad the stirrups or how long and short the stirrups are. So just measure it in a good way, normal way. Don't have to do it in a beautiful way or a lovely way that like people do, because in my opinion, fingers are different. Some people have big fingers, some people have small fingers, some people have big hands, long hands, some people have short hands. So it depends. So just ride the horse. If it's long, get off his back, make it shorter, ride again. If it's short, make it longer, get off his back, ride again until you know the right length, and keep it that way until you change it in the future if you have to change it. So the more hours you ride the horse, the longer it let's say takes on a horse's back, the stirrup must be long, or the stirrup will be more comfortable if it's long. If the ride is short, very short, or shorter, if the stirrup is shorter, it might be better. In show jumping, you stand up with the horse. As a jockey, you go with the horse and move with the horse and stand up with the horse. The same goes for cross country. So it depends. In endurance riding, it's closer to western riding, which means you need a long leg, a long stirrup, so the knees will be comfortable. So it depends on what you want, what you need. Now, bad riders make the saddle or use the saddle to stay on the horse's back. If you are crossing a bridge between 2 mountains, if you lose your balance, you want to keep your balance by balancing your body. So you hold the right side and the left side of the bridge, and you put your weight and pressure on your knees, on your legs, to make the bridge start moving. The same goes in the bathroom. If you slip from the water or the soap or whatever, you try to balance your body by doing these moves. In the car, if you lose control over the car, you try to control your balance by holding the car, the handle on the right side or the left side, or holding the chair of the car, the seat, or putting your pressure on your knees and your legs on the car seats or leg seats. So people use the body to balance themselves when they lose the balance. When we lose balance, we try to balance ourselves by using the body. This is what we will do with the horse in the beginning, as beginners, and that's a bad thing. As beginners, unconsciously, when we lose balance, we will try to use the body to stay on his back by holding our knees or bodies or legs to his body, connecting my leg or touching his body with my leg, and moving my hand or hands high in the air. So we move the hand up and we move the legs close to his body to stay on his back, which is completely normal as a beginner. For the horse, it's completely scary. To you, it's something you did to stay on his back. That's simple. To him, you are like a lion, you are like a tiger who attacks him and do these moves. It's against his nature. When you use your leg to stay on his back, It's like a tiger holding his body. It's against his nature. And when he's afraid, he wants to bolt, he wants to buck, he wants to get rid of that weird, scary, dangerous pressure, in his opinion, in his language, as a horse. The same goes for moving the hands up. Moving the hands up means the horse will move his head high and up, which means he cannot see. And when horses cannot see, they are not like us. When we cannot see, we stop. We think, then we act. Horses don't do that. When they are afraid, they keep running more and more and more. When the horse is tied to a chain, a big chain, and he wants to cut it away, he wants to get rid of it, and he cannot, he keeps fighting until he wins and breaks it or cuts it off, or he dies. Horses don't think like us. They keep fighting to get what they want by running away, of course, fighting by running away, or they die trying. They run away or they die trying. People don't do that. People do the opposite, the complete opposite. They use the brain. Horses use the body. So when he cannot see, he will bolt, he will take off. And the proof for that is when horses buck and then up and bolt with us, when we fall down, immediately 1 or 2 or 3 meters, and he will stop. And he was bolting, he was bucking. So it's not the horse. It's not a bad horse. It's what you did on his body. As soon as he got rid of you, he stopped. The danger is gone. So he believed you caused some pain, you caused or you will cause some danger to him. You are dangerous in his eyes, so he wanted to get rid of you. So holding your legs on his body and moving your hands up, especially when you ride bareback, is completely normal in the beginning, but it's completely wrong. It's completely normal, but it's completely wrong, which means with time you should start think about stop doing it. That's my opinion. You have to stop doing it, or at least think about not doing it anymore. Think about stop doing it. It's that simple. So these are some things that should be useful, in my opinion, for beginners. No matter what you want to do in horsemanship, all these things are good to do or to think about doing as a beginner, no matter what you want in horsemanship, as a show jumper or as a jockey or as a cross-country rider, dressage rider, western rider, bear racing or whatever. As a beginner, all these wrong things will happen. All of us did do and will do them. The difference is some people learn from the mistakes, some people don't. So that's my opinion about these things. I will talk about some other things in other videos, and I will call these videos for beginners. There's a playlist in my channel called For Beginners. All the videos under this title or under this name are in this playlist. It's called For Beginners, I think. So any video related to that title or related to that name or this subject or issue will be in that playlist. So that's my opinion about these things for beginners or people who started or will start riding horses.